Hey champion guitar players, Tom Hess here, and today I want to talk to you about how to take neoclassical licks and shred guitar licks and make them both easier to play and more melodic than they might otherwise be. So grab your guitar, we're going to have some fun, and let's go. All right, so this first example is a very typical neoclassical Baroque style lick in the style of Bach or Yngwie, Malmsteen, or other cool musicians like that. So I'll play the lick straight, and then we'll talk about how to make it easier and how to make it sound more melodic. So here it is when you play it straight. Okay, so it's a pretty cool lick, and it's pretty cool exactly as it is. We don't need to change anything to make it cool. But we can change things, again, to make it more melodic or to make it easier to learn and master when you're first doing it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the first note of each group of 4 notes, at least for the first 3.5 measures. And we're just going to sustain them with some nice vibrato like this. And then on the last measure, I'm sustaining the first and the final note. Okay, so when you put it together, it has that awesome Yngwie-like sound, Joe Stump-like sound, Bach-like sound. All those guys are awesome. It sounds great, right? But now we've got a melodic component to it. We didn't change any of the notes. We just changed the rhythm a little bit, and we've added some nice vibrato. Now, so it's more melodic, but it's also easier to grasp the concept of the phrase or of the lick because we're now slowing down the rate at which new notes come without slowing down the tempo, right? So we haven't slowed down the tempo, we just changed the rhythm, and that buys your brain more time to be thinking about the next pattern, what your fingers have to do, recalibrate the hands so that they're in sync, etc. It makes it easier, etc. Pretty cool way to make it more melodic and easier. For the next example, we're going to do basically the same thing. We're going to take each group of 4 notes and we're going to sustain the first note of those to break up the steady stream of 16th notes. Now, you can play the lick exactly as written and not slow down anything, not sustain anything, no vibrato, and it would still sound cool. It sounds cool exactly as it is. But now making it more melodic. And it sounds different, right? It sounds a little bit more melody-like than just a steady string of notes. So, and again, when I played it in the beginning of the video, I didn't actually stop on all of the first notes of each group of 4. So here, I didn't stop on the 12th fret, the 10th fret, or the 12th fret on the first string. So I stopped here and here, but not here, but I did stop there. Okay, so you can vary the pattern if you want to change the way the melody feels. It was basically this. That's now the new melody. That's basically what you're creating when you do it that way. So you can make variations all day long. You can hold out some notes, not others. You don't always have to hold out the first note of each group of 4. It could be the first note in a group of 8. It could be the third note in a group of 4. You can do anything you want. You can experiment with emphasizing or holding out any notes you want in any order that you want. You can do whatever you want, and it's going to be cool. If you're looking for more neoclassical licks, I've got another video on YouTube called 7 Neoclassical Metal Guitar Licks Shred Guitar Lesson. Go check that out if you're looking for more neoclassical Yngwie style licks. All right, example 3 is taken right from Bach's A minor violin concerto, so you may have heard this before. I did make a couple of little slight variations to it, but basically this is what it sounds like. And then Bach goes up from A minor to D minor, so starting on the 19th fret, and played the same thing. Okay, it sounds really, really cool. It's my favorite part of Bach's A minor violin concerto. Now, what I was doing earlier on in the video was I was taking the first note of each group of 4 and just sustaining it with some nice vibrato. And then when I went up to D minor, I think I played it straight. But you could have sustained it there as well. You can do it however you want. It's really cool when you play it straight. It's also cool when you make it more melodic. It's cool if you vary the two or alternate between the two. That sounds great also. It just makes the notes sing. All right, the next example is a very typical Bach style lick. You hear Yngwie do things kind of like this, and it sounds great, right? So here it is straight. Totally cool, exactly as it is written. But you could take the first group of every 4 notes and make it more melodic and make it a little easier to learn. And that's fun too. It's fun to play. It sounds great. You get that neoclassical sound, but you've kind of slowed down the rate at which each group of 4 notes comes, so you have more time to think. It's easier to play. It's totally cool. Now, if you're looking for some really easy neoclassical guitar licks, I've got another video on YouTube called Easy Neoclassical Licks, Yngwie Malmsteen style, and you can check that out here on YouTube and get more licks in this style that are easy to play. All right, the next example is a set of fully diminished 7th arpeggios. It's basically the same shape, moved up every 3 frets. And I'll slow it down and play it for you with the volume on the guitar in just a moment. But it's very typical for the style, for the Baroque era, the Bach stuff, Vivaldi, all that kind of stuff, and also the neoclassical, Joe Stump and Yngwie Malmsteen, great players, definitely. So here it is. If we play it straight. Okay, so that sounds really, really great, but we can also make it a little bit more melodic. Not that there's anything wrong with it how it is, but if we, again, just hold out the bottom and the top note of each arpeggio. And you've got a really nice melodic sound. Okay, so again, holding it out. Now, one thing I want to point out here, you'll notice in the first measure, the 8th and the 9th note is the same note, same fret, right? This G sharp note, 13th fret of the 3rd string. I'm playing note number 8 in the first measure. So let's play with the 3rd finger. Then we're going to repeat the same note with the 1st finger. This allows us to shift position. That's what's happening there. So when you do that, that's how you can shift positions pretty easily. And when you hold it out, it's even easier. And it sounds really, really nice, very melodic, and takes something which is, fairly challenging and makes it a little easier to learn and play before you do the whole thing, when you just, playing it all straight, which is also cool. Now, if you want to learn how to double your guitar speed while cutting your practice time in half, I'll show you how in my new free guide titled Double Your Guitar Speed While Cutting Your Practice Time in Half. It's totally free, no strings attached. Click on the link below to download your copy so that you can increase your speed on the guitar and have more fun.